speaking with the Student Union President for the River State University, Rizi Wisdom Owabia. A lot is said. If you missed it, you can get on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH and then listen all over again from the beginning to catch up on some of the things that you might have missed. Let us know what ideas you have or what you think can be done to better secure students living in campus at River State University. Use the WhatsApp number 0809-030-6416. 0809-030-6416. That is the WhatsApp number. We'll take a short commercial. When we come back, I'll throw this into the mix, and that would be a question around school fees and exams, because it's one that's really big, especially at the River State University. So let's find out what the SUG is doing to help students about with going around that situation, and perhaps what sacrifices the school management might also consider to make so students can benefit immensely. Stay with us.
Nigeria Info. Morning Crossfire on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
8:30. Good morning. The conversation continues. My name is Ifeemi Andrew. I still have in the studio with me the SUG president, Rivers State University, in the studio, Rizi Wisdom. All right, so we go to the phone lines. I'll just try to make this quick. 2 questions before we go. While the commercial was on, something that you brought up, and there was a question I was going to ask you. You've alluded to the fact that some of these people who do these things, perpetrate this crime, come from outside. What role is the community playing to help tackle this problem? Have there been conversations with perhaps the community CSOs or even the youth leadership of the communities? Have you tried to meet these people and the traditional institution to see how they can help and contribute to tackling this issue of theft?
Okay, thank you for that question. When the Vice Chancellor came into office around March, he have had several meetings with the community. The first one he met the king, and then the second one he had was last 2 months, I think around May or June, and then we had a meeting with them, and then several things were discussed. Now, if you consider the people that come into our school, you will notice that at the main gate and the back gate, there are a lot of businesses. And these businesses are not controlled by the school management. It's controlled by the community. Now, why talks are ongoing, I will say this. The community should also help. They should help because these students come to this place and they want to feel safe. But if there are so many rowdiness both outside main gate and back gate, you will notice that criminals can easily come into the school. Because when people come in, you cannot chase them. Criminals, and it's not written on their forehead that I am a criminal. So what I'm trying to say is that the community should help. This is me pleading with them, talking to them that they should also get involved because most of their children are in this school. And if students are complaining of insecurity, it is both the responsibility of the school management and the school community to ensure that most of those people that stay on the road, those ones, find somewhere that they could stay or possibly...
Is it not possible for the school? I'll give another example, yes. University of Port Harcourt, because that's where I schooled. So I know that University of Port Harcourt, if you go to Abuja campus, for instance, you don't have these guys on the road entrance to the school. You're either in the park. I know that now the park has been upgraded to some degree and they found a way of channeling the traffic.
Yes.
But it used to be in the park. And then if you enter the campus, you go to the Mama Abuja area, the park area inside the campus, Abuja campus. The Mama Abuja area, all back. That's where you have all those guys that do all of those businesses are there. And then if you go to the Choba campus, similar situation. There are areas where you have these people in, so they are not really later. There used to be, and the Choba campus, they used to be at the gates and outside until the school had to look at it and say no, and everybody was moved inside, and then they had locations for them. At the University of the River State University, is that something that is possible? Can we not have where you have these people at the entrances, all of them moved inside, so that the entrance to the school looks like it's a school that you're coming to?
Yes, I do. It's possible, but I will say this. Most of these people are hawkers. Most of them. If you notice those people that are crowded in front of our main gate, they are hawkers. In our school already, we have systems for food. We have all those things because most of our students complain that this food outside are not good. So we have made provisions for different restaurants, different fast food. They are inside our school. We have enough inside. What I'm trying to say is that we will look for a way to send those people somewhere where they could possibly sell their products.
Yeah, exactly. They can still walk and do the Mama Abuja corner. It wasn't a restaurant at the time.
Yes.
You have people that want Mama Put. They are in the school campus. There should be locations that, okay, all of you that are doing photocopy, typewriting, business centers, Mama Put, whatever it is, these areas are where you operate, and people come here and get your service if they want it, as against having them in the entrance of the school gate. If that negotiation can work, have you tried it, or the school hasn't looked in that direction yet?
I believe that the school has, but the community people.
That's the problem there.
Yes. The community people.
All right. And then another one question before we go to the phone lines. I was talking about the exams and school fees situation. How is the SUG coming in to help students? We know that there are flaws in this whole process, especially with having students write exams and at the end they don't want to pay the fees anymore. And then the school is losing because the school needs money to run the system. And so it led to why we have the no school fees, no exam policy. But then you can't also blame the students entirely, because there are staff of the schools that create these back room and loopholes that students take advantage of when they finish exams and then don't pay their fees, but they get their results and everything. So it's a two-way thing. How are we going to help? How is the SUG helping, especially with the economy and what we're facing now?
Okay. Thank God you said the school needs money, because the school runs with money. You know, from the estimates, we pay close to 102 million for electricity. And we pay this monthly. We also have other things that we have to do in school: security, staff salary, renovations of our hostels and classrooms, bulbs, fans, all of those things, equipping of the library, and other things that we need. Now, if you notice the trend in Rivers State University, we have not done this before. The school management have not done no school fees, no exam. Mm-hmm. We have always been lenient to the fact that students can write their exam and then pay. Even in our past SUG government, we had what we call the first installment and the second installment, where you can pay half of your school fees and then
the other half later.
Pay the other half later, which is still ongoing. It's still ongoing currently. But then part of the reason why no school fees, no exam was brought up is that the SUG had a meeting with the Vice Chancellor where we complained about two things. The first thing we complained about was the exam timetable. It wasn't fit enough for students to prepare well. It was like they were rushing students, and students came to us and complained about that. And then the second issue we had was the matter of school fees. Students complained that we don't have the money to pay. Now, what the meeting we had with the school management was that there's going to be a system that was created. It's already created. Now, that system makes it possible for students who do not have money can hold their admission or hold their school section. You write a letter to the Vice Chancellor, to the registrar. You tell the Vice Chancellor that, sir, I do not have the money to pay this semester, but I want to pay. I want to go look for money. Withhold my school section. What that means is that you won't get F. You're not repeating. The only thing is that
you just continue from where you stop when you come back.
You continue from where you stop with your coursemate. That's how it is. So no need, if you don't have the
with
money.
Your coursemate, how would that work? So it means you'd have to be writing the exams that your coursemate have written separately whenever you come and pay. Because if you say with your coursemate, it means if I stop at 200 level and I don't get the money, and at the time I'm ready, my coursemates are already like in 300 or 400 level. I can't just come and get to 400 level then.
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
So don't you think that the fear for many people is that time that could be wasted? So what is the school doing? Let me put it this way. What is the school doing about? Because I don't think that students, I was a student and I know these things. We know these things, all of us. The student doesn't just get access to their certificate without paying fees.
Yes, they don't.
It is not them. They don't know how the office works. It's usually somebody in the office that offers to help you and says, instead of paying your fees, which must have accumulated to about 300, 400,000, whatever the case is, give me 200. We go bring a certificate, come out. And you don't expect that the student will say no to that offer.
Hey, but
because not many people are that morally upright.
We cannot be sure of that.
Is the school saying that does not happen?
Yes.
It says that does not happen.
Because we are not aware of that. And if that is done, those people will be caught.
So are we saying that students would take their time, couldn't pay their fees, and then they graduate and then leave the certificate with the school and don't take it at all?
No, they do take it.
So how do they get it?
You have to now pay your school fees.
No, what I'm saying, before the advent of this no school fees, no exam, that's what I'm saying. Because it would be possible to say that they finished the school, did everything, but then they didn't pay their fees. So the idea is when you finish is when you come to pay the fees, everything you're owing, when you're doing your clearance, so you can then get your certificate and everything, and then you move on. But then we've seen students get the certificate, but did not pay the fees that they are owing.
I have not seen
completely. You've not seen that?
I haven't.
Okay, let's open the phone lines. If you said you haven't,
I haven't.
Let's open the phone lines then. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0002. 0002. You can also call 0817-923-0007. Those are the numbers to call to join the conversation this morning. On Facebook, we are live at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Again, the handle on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Get on Facebook, search using that handle, like the page, and then get on the live stream and let us know what your thoughts are. You can also use the WhatsApp portal. Send a WhatsApp message to 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. This one says, this is the same thing facing Ignatius Adjuri University of Education right now. Cultism is an ongoing disease facing the school. To answer your question, there is nothing SUG can do because most of them are selected by the school management. Blessed Ola says school authority and SUG should join hands together, hire dual security vigilante to curb the menace of robbery in the institution because the insecurity is alarming in the campus. Sonny Barry says, good morning, Andrew, to you and your guests. Security is everybody's business. The school security should work with the host community vigilante and the police to bring peace back to the school. He's watching from Owerri. Okay, Barry. Blessed Ola says the insecurity that's happening in the RSU every day is caused by negligence of management of the institution because without taking drastic measures, it won't stop. And the school authority and the SUG should collaborate to curb this issue. I think this session is a good experience. Okay, I think this session is a good experience for the president. He has handled himself well with the questions Ifeami Andrew has asked. As Tam Barry, T Blackberry. Somebody says you did great. Darlington Ogbuku says this is the same problem facing Ignatius Adjuri. Okay, we took that already. So let's get to the phone lines. We'll come back and take more of your comments on Facebook. But now, quickly, 0817-923-0007. Your name and where you're calling from. Good morning.
Yeah, it's Femi. Good morning.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you. I greet your guest as well. This is the Kreka woman. Well, the lines are so clear. Well, because we're talking development now, it is a politics now. No one can assess. Oh yeah, let all of them come. Well, Femi, let me look at this security issue. He talked about now. We are just concerned about students within the school premises. And we know we have more students even outside the school. If we cannot protect the students within the four walls of the university, so what about those outside?
Unfortunately, Muriel, there's little or nothing the school management can do for students who live outside the campus. If you decide to live outside the campus, what it means is that you are outside to some degree.
Much accommodation. Yeah, we know they cannot go so far, but I think you have them in mind as well. They are students. They are students as well. So there is not much accommodation in the school to look for ways. If they don't have the resources to partner with banks or NDP partner with banks, build more schools. Get more of your students be within the schools. So those outside to are still your responsibility, honestly, because there is not much accommodation. Now let's look at the boundary pool. We talked about the protectors. He's meeting with his VC today. They should talk about it. If there are ways of changing some of these things, USC is my mother. I was in a throughout. And the boundary pools, even where the girls go down to bed. In fact, some person didn't go to the wire down there. It is not even safe for a girl to get to the night downstairs because you have to go down. The up, this is most times are taught. So they should look a way to secure it down very well. Some person go through the program to put the girls. Those things should be well protected.
All right.
Look, business in school and within the school premises. And trust me, they will get other apprentices from everywhere. So those things should be scrutinized and checked as well. People cannot just come in and work in the university and be monitoring how they can get into the hostels. These are issues as well. Thank you, Femi.
Thank you very much. Nigeria Info, good morning.
Good morning. This is Obona calling from Mahalo.
All right, go on.
I think I'm quite interested with your topic this morning. I graduated from USC in 2010. So then we still had most of these issues, though not at the level it is at the moment. But at some point it was a bit high. See, when it comes to security, it's everybody's business. By that I mean the government, school, both the students, we all have to play a part. Most times these guys who come and perpetrate these acts, They are not aliens. They are known by those either at the community level or at the school level. That being said, let's not flog around the problems. Let's look at solutions. I have my own suggestion.
All right.
There's something that's going on around us now. If you look very well, I don't know if it's in your area. The areas where we have people getting scared of moving at night, these NDDC solar street lights have actually lightened up some of our areas. One of the things they will do is to make sure these places are lightened up. Then, as for people entering inside the school, yes, we can't control the ones outside, but as for entering the school, they should have metal detectors. At the gates, at those main entrances, UST is such that how many entrances do they have? I think 2. I don't know if they are still having the one in Miko Island, that gate. At least if you are able to, at the first instance, screen both vehicular movements and cars. Human movement and the ones coming in. Let's do the one you can do. Let's know that the rest is the one you can control. And let God help us. This is not rocket science. Let them also try and profile students, especially those ones who they know or they've had reports about them as per their illicit activities before. If you find out those ones, you rusticate them and make sure they don't come close to the school. Then the police will also help us. If people are apprehended and sent to the police, let them not take money to release these people and let them charge them to court and make sure these people don't come close to the school system. If these measures are taken, I think people will do better. Then on the issue of the school fees, it has always been an issue, sir. I know people who have finished my set who have not gone back for their certificate. So as much as we know that there are no funds, we have to look at where government also has to be involved. Those who are pro-poor, those who don't have, how can we help the needy among us?
All right.
We are fashioning on how these people can also access education.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Nigeria Info.
Good morning, it's me, Andrew.
All right, good morning.
Good morning to your guest.
Good morning.
Let me first of all look at the security situation in the school. You know, there is one statement in my dialect that they used to say, so no in a very valuable in a oipan, meaning that when war has approached the community as the community entrance, that is when we begin to prepare for war. And it has been our culture in this country that we don't like preparing, taking care of things, putting measures in place to avoid things to happen in future. Until when that thing has overwhelmed us, when it has overtaken us, when the war is at the entrance of our doorpost, that is when we begin to prepare and think, deceive people that we are doing it right. Whatever we are doing now, what has happened. The problem is that the ability, to put things, to avoid certain things to happen, is the problem we have. That is the problem the school is having. People could not be able to sit down and think until when the thing has happened. Then secondly, on the issue of having certificates when you are done, I think the school system also look at measures that were being used right from the early time before now. Even when they themselves, who have become vice chancellors and others, have been in position. What system were they using to ensure that when you come back after you have finished your education and you don't have money to get back all your school fees and all that? What measures were they using? That is what they have to look into now, so all that students will not find it difficult to get their certificate when they are done with.
All right, Leighton Barry, thank you. Good morning, Nigeria Info. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning, Nigeria Info.
Yes, good morning.
Yep.
Andrew, good morning to you.
Go on.
Yes, my name is Comrade Kwata Magnus. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Okay.
Very quickly, I want to say that the issue of insecurity in the university campus is as a result of system that is bad. And until we begin to reject the system and bring out the bad eggs from the system, we're going to see this in the university campus, especially the River State University. One solution, we need to reform the security architecture of the university. And secondly, we need to know the people that are entering the school. I can't see a reason why we have 3 police stations, one at the back, the Owabia police, we have one at the main gate, and one in Miko Island. And there can't be security and protection of life and property in environment. So I want to say that in as much as I agree that you can't control everything, there should be a rejig in the security architecture in that university. All
right, thank you very much. We'll see if we can add one more call to this. Good morning, Nigeria Info.
Hello, good morning, Jimmy.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, man. Yes. Good morning, my fellow comrades. My name is Akanto. I'm calling from Orogun.
Okay.
Italy, I was the former president, National Union River State student at Camp for the Bowl. And I want to commend the doggedness and the resilience of the SCU president in the studio. I think he has spoken well, and I know that the spirit of comradeship are all around him. But Italy, and our guest, when I was a student union president at the Kennedy base, similar issue came up. That was 2027, where there were ravages of God and other related stealing and other things around, not inside the campus, but around the communities, around the school environment. The more that I took, and I want my guests to listen to me. As a community person, that was the first student union president for the host community. What I did, I had a meeting with my community people, the chiefs and youth leaders and activity chairmen of my community, comprising about 8 communities that surrounded the Kent Police. And I talked to them in the language they will understand. And I also tell them the benefit of the school. And my fellow comrades, this USC is situated in the community. And I believe that most of the communities around the campus did not understand the benefit of that school. And I want to urge you this morning, my fellow comrades, that you go out because you are representing the students, not the management of the school. You are the government of the students. Go out there, buy the bad gates, and talk to them. Use the police, because the last time I went there, I saw the police station around the bad gate. Talk to the police, the people in charge of that place.
All right.
And call the community leaders, the CDC, the chiefs, and tell them the language to understand.
All right, Akanto. Thank you very much. This person says, good morning, Andrew and the SUG rep. Nigerian universities should learn to grant space to undercover police personnel who will attend lectures and live in the hostels with students without revealing their identity. Eric Chooks. Similar thing like this, in those days, there were reports that happened while we were in Uniport. I don't know how true it was, but the reports that we had these guys living off-campus community environment with us and having conversations and playing with boys and everything. And then before you know what's up, like, some people are arrested because of
yes.
Okay, so Joseph says, if Andrew, I think the things that should be done or put in place is set up security agency with CCTV cameras would help secure life and properties on the campus, or maybe there should be a police station in any of the university campuses. I think that would help to elevate insecurity within the campus. All right, in under 2 minutes, let's just get your parting words. What would be your response? You heard most of those people. So what's the next move now going forward? You said you have a meeting coming up with the VC, and what do we expect after that?
Okay, I will say this. The school management is not ignorant of these matters, and the Vice-Chancellor is new. And from what he has done so far, you can see that he's one that is willing to help the student community. What has happened is quite unfortunate, and once again, I sympathize with my Nigerian students. I am standing with them to ensure that that which the school have promised me that they are going to do will be carried out. It must be carried out. As you have said, I've listened to our advice, and I'll make sure that we do what is necessary to ensure the safety of our students. The hostels have been renovated. Renovation is ongoing, and we ensure that more security personnel are brought in. We did that on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I've also asked the school to continue doing it. Let it not just be a one-time thing because of what have happened. As the young man said, Nigeria like preparing for when the problem have happened, but not Rivers State University. We're going to ensure that this does not occur again. It will not happen again.
All right. Thank you very much. That's SCG President for University Rizi Wisdom Owabia. My name is Ifeami Andrew. Jude is already standing by. And you know what that means. Hello Port Harcourt comes up shortly. If you haven't been a part of One Play, well, you're slacking. It's a great time to get into it and start texting. Very simple. Get online, One Play, and then follow the procedure and stand a chance to win yourselves good amount of money from Nigeria Info. Good morning. Have a great day.
This is